joined by Carthage College after their victory here in the quarterfinals. Coach, if you could just start us off with the opening statement.
I'm thrilled. I'm just really excited for these seniors. This team is, I've put them through the grind this year, and it was a first for us to be here, and it's doing the first of anything is a very difficult thing to do, and that match wasn't maybe our prettiest this season, but the girls gutted it out against a very good Springfield College team, and we got our first one. So you can't get to the next one until you get the first one. So I'm proud of the way they came back. I'm proud of the way that they battled through that, even when we weren't at our best.
Coach, in the fourth set, Springfield ties it up. Does that give them all the momentum going into the fifth and final set, or how does that work?
Volleyball's a funny game like that. I wish we could say that. We, as coaches, we'd like to think that, and we got off to a good start in that game. And of course, in a 15-point game, you want to get off to a good start. But the momentum shifts on a dime, and they played very well in that fourth game, and I give them credit for that. And we came out really strong in the fifth game, and from a coaching standpoint, that made me very happy. Very relieved, and it's great to see it, because once we, I think the match was, we put pressure on them, and then they put pressure back on us, and we put pressure on them, and the swings were just crazy. So in a 15-point game, getting out to the big lead we had in the beginning, well, it wasn't even that big a lead, but at least we had a lead, so it was great.
Questions?
Oh,
questions?
Okay. Michelle, in the second set, it seemed like at the start of the set, everybody was a little rattled maybe, and got down early. Coach called a timeout, then called another timeout. What happened at the start of that set to get you out of sync, and how did you get back into sync at that point?
As a team, we're kind of known for freaking out in the beginning. So we all looked at each other and said, "Look, this is it. We have nothing to lose. We have to do this as a team." So we really gathered up. Everyone did their part, played their part, and we did it.
Drew, how special does it feel to come back here and do this, and keep it going after what happened last time you were here?
Yeah, I think we, as you know, we have 8 seniors on this team, and we kind of like she just said, we kind of came together, and we kind of just took a deep breath, and we just, we're we've been here for 4 years, we've been to this point, well, not to this point, but to the regional championship so many times, and we just know what great of opportunity this is, and we really just kind of all looked at each other and kind of just trusted in each other and believed in each other, and we kind of just came together. And
yeah, we were playing together for so long,
and we've looked at each other, and you just saw confidence in everyone, and I think that's really what changed the game.
Do you feel like after overcoming what you did in the regional final, there's nothing you can't overcome the rest of the season?
Yes, I think we've been in the position numerous times where we've been down and we fought back, and I think that's what kind of how we've been playing all year. We just keep fighting till the end, and good things come from it, and I think the regional final and today just demonstrated that.
In the final set, it was almost like that was the first set where unforced errors became kind of a factor. Springfield's in this case, that gave you a little bit of a lift.
Yeah, I think
they started making mistakes.
Right, and I think when any team starts making mistakes, you kind of just want to run with it, and that was our big opportunity. We took the momentum, and we just kept going with it, and we weren't going to lose. We did not want to lose.
Were there particular matchups that you were looking for in the fifth game? That you.
Well, it was a little bit of cat and mouse because Torvey, they're big girls, quite a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. And I thought in a 15-point game she would put her in the front row. Yeah. I really did.
Yeah.
And I was a little surprised to find her in the back row, and pleased to find her in the back row. And I knew that we needed points early. Kind of against them, you're trying to score when she's out and hold form when she's in and side out with her. So, they had done really well in the fourth game with her being in back, but with a shortened game, I really thought that they would put her in the front row. So I didn't want to change what we had done, because that was my guess. And then when she wasn't, I was just hoping the game would, that we could get off to a hot start and score a lot of points before she got back in the game.
Coach, if you can just talk about kind of the match overall and tying it going into the fifth and final set. What was that like?
Sure. I thought in the beginning we didn't really do as great a job as we have all year in terms of establishing our tempo. We really like to push balls to the outside. Really like to force our middle, which obviously Lauren did a great job, and then kind of push balls to the outside and really be quick. And we didn't establish tempo like we would have liked. Set 2, we had a big lead, and then they came back kind of fast and furious, and I thought if we could have just pushed through that, then maybe the match would have been a little bit different. Going into set 5, I felt like, okay, we just continue to push tempo, and we struggled with ball control in set 5, so that was a little bit of a challenge.
Questions for coach and student athletes?
Lauren and Itza, you guys had career matches tonight. Itza, you had 33 digs, and Lauren, you tied a career high with 22 kills. Can you talk about your last match as a member of the Springfield College women's volleyball team?
It's been a good run. I mean, there's no point on dwelling on anything. I spent the last 4 years of my life playing for one of the best programs in the country, so I'm not going to sit here and be angry about it, because what's the point, you know? I'm happy for everything we've accomplished. It's more than we've accomplished in the past 4 years, so what is there to be upset about?
It's it seemed that Carthage really had difficulties putting the ball away. Did you have some kind of formula, or I mean, how come you were just on it all the time?
I don't know. I just read and react. It's been like that all season, all the 4 years in college. So.
You go to where the ball's going to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
You need to figure it out so that you can become a coach and teach somebody else.
I was just going to say, I think this year we've really preached the fact that we want to read and react on defense, and Itza has been tremendous for us all season. She's real fiery on the court and has pushed through lots of injuries all season. A pretty big one in the last couple weeks, but Itza's just fantastic when it comes to where she needs to be in reading what the hitter's going to do and making adjustments. And sometimes it's just we tell her we need to plant ourselves on the sideline and kind of square into the court, and she does it, and she's just been tremendous. So she had a great match tonight.
Coach, you're flanked by two seniors. In your first season, we've talked all year about how great the senior class has been for you and leading you guys to a 34-3 record. Can you just, kind of sum up your first year as the head coach at Springfield College?
I don't think it could have been better. I think coming in, I've said this all year, it could have been a really hard transition going from Joel to myself in terms of what the expectations were and maybe some of the differences, and I think there was a real fear of change coming in. But I think once I met with the seniors and we talked and kind of said, this is what my thoughts are, and they really just jumped on the same page with me. And I think that has a lot to do with our success. I think they really modeled, okay, this is the page coach is on, and I think everybody else kind of followed that. I think this senior class, it's really disappointing for me to see them leave, because I don't know that I've enjoyed a group as much as I have this group. They're different in personality, they bring a great deal to the court, they bring a great deal off the court, and I think their leadership has just been phenomenal. I'm sad that I won't have more years with them, because they're just tremendous women.